Yep, he wasn't ready for this.
Mr. Gill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for holding this hearing. I think Ms. Walters, said it best that we had a secure border under President Trump in his first term, that Joe Biden opened the floodgates, and now President Trump is cleaning up Joe Biden's
That's a
mess.
fact.
So that was very well said. I'd like to begin with Major Franklin. Thank you for being here. Do you know what percentage of illegal aliens reside in sanctuary cities, roughly?
No, I don't.
It's about 56%, rough numbers. And is it your testimony, and I've got your written testimony here, that local law enforcement should not dedicate time and resources towards information sharing and detainer requirements?
It's about, generally speaking, yes, it's about the context.
It's about the context. So I'll take that.
Specific circumstances, yeah.
So there's some criminal illegal aliens they should
I think
release.
it's more about having good policies on how and when the communication will occur.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Let me ask you, do sanctuary city policies and mass illegal immigration help American citizens enter the labor force? Yes or no?
I don't know. That's not my area of expertise.
Okay, you don't know. Do sanctuary cities and mass illegal immigration help lower housing costs? Yes or no? You don't know?
My area.
Yep. Do they help reduce the strain on public services or public benefits? You don't know?
Not my
Okay. Do you think that illegal aliens, you're saying that they should have safe harbor essentially in our cities? Should they have free access to medical care?
They should have access to medical care.
Should they have
That's my personal-
taxpayer subsidized access to medical care?
Depends upon the circumstances, I guess. I don't know.
What about taxpayer subsidized education?
It's not my area of expertise.
Okay, public housing?
Not my
You
area.
don't know? You're inviting them to come into our cities.
Right?
But you don't have a position on what should happen to them then, other than that illegal aliens should
I'm not
be
inviting
detained.
anyone.
Well, you essentially are, actually. Would you describe Baltimore as a safe city?
No.
What's your definition of safe?
Well, I'm asking you, is Baltimore a safe city? Is it the kind of city that you would want to raise a family and maybe go jogging in without having to be worried about being murdered or raped?
I grew up in Baltimore. My family is in Baltimore. My mother still lives in the same house in West Baltimore.
Is
for
it a safe city?
60 plus years, so the answer is definitely yes.
You think Baltimore is a safe city?
Of course it is.
Okay, do you know what the homicide rate is in Baltimore?
Exactly no.
It's about 35 per 100,000. Do you know what the homicide rate is in the rest of the United States?
No, I don't.
I can tell you that the homicide rate in Baltimore is about 5 times the national average. Do you know how Baltimore's robbery rate compares to the rest of the United States?
At the moment, no, I don't.
You don't. It's about 8.4 times the national average. Do you know how Baltimore's assault rate compares to the national average?
No, I don't.
It's about 3.4 times higher. Does that sound like a safe city to you?
Safe to me and my family members.
So that's safe to you? 5 times higher than the national average for homicides. That's a safe city?
Perception.
It's what? Excuse me?
I said it's what the, for instance, it's perception. It's what you feel as a resident in Baltimore City.
If you're murdered, I don't think it matters what you feel, do you? Is it
No,
is
it
it your
doesn't.
testimony that the safety
Baltimore City is a
depends on
safe
how
city.
people feel?
To me, Baltimore City is a safe city.
To you, it's a safe city. I don't think it's safe to the people who are being murdered every single weekend there. Let me ask you, picking up on Mr. Knott's questioning, do you think that it's appropriate for local law enforcement to not honor immigration detainers and to release criminal and illegal aliens into our cities?
We go by what the courts dictate.
Well, I'm asking you if you think that that's an appropriate response. You arrest an illegal alien for a crime, that person has an immigration detainer. You think that it's appropriate to release them? Yes or no?
When the courts say release them, yes.
Do you think that keeps Baltimore safe?
If it's done appropriately, yes.
No, so you do.
Yes.
You think that that's a good way to keep?
When it's done appropriately according to the law, we cannot sidestep the law because we carry badges. We have to go by the law.
My time has expired. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I have a unanimous consent request.
Is he Googling, I see?
Yes, because there are a lot of things that are being said on the other side that aren't true. So I wanted to
Okay,
respond
we
to
have a
my
unanimous consent
colleague who asked
request.
for one
Oh,
case
brother.
where
Unanimous
somebody
consent request.
was arrested for reporting a crime. So here is one from the Detroit Free Press. It is entitled, "She Told Michigan Cops She Was Attacked, Now She Faces Deportation by the Feds."
Without
This is
objection.
exactly what we are talking about.
Again,
When you undermine
General Lady
public
chided
trust.
me for
Yes,
allowing
because
our member
It's true, Mr.
to
Chairman,
stray beyond an
Correct.
introduction. I'm
Correct.
going to enforce the rules
Yes,
uniformly,
I hope we
which requires
do-
me to limit your comments to the unanimous consent request.
Yes,
that you
I
have
appreciate
made,
that.
and without objection, it is
I
so
appreciate
ordered.
that, Mr. Chairman. I've just been frustrated by the lack of uniform enforcement of our committee's rules. In the full committee, if somebody goes over on the other side, the
I did
chairman
enforce those
allows
rules.
the other side to go over, and you cut off my witness. So
When
yes,
the
I'm
general lady-
annoyed by that,
When the
and I
General
yield
Lady
back. Thank you, Mr.
objected
Chairman.
to our members straying beyond biographical details on an introduction, I
Yes, you did.
sustained her
Yes, you did,
objection
and that's what I've always
and
believed
called the
about you, Mr.
member
Chairman.
to order.
That's exactly why
Now
I'm
the General Lady
disappointed that
violates
this is.
exactly the same
Well, it
rule
seems that
for
it's only
herself,
being
and that
enforced in
seems
certain
rather
ways. So
inconsistent to
I'm
me.
yielding back, but I do want to register my formal
Without objection,
frustration with the way that the chairman has been enforcing the rules
Well,
in
I'm
this
trying
particular
to
committee.
enforce the
I yield
rules
back,
as you're
Mr. Chairman.
breaking them, madam. Without objection, the unanimous consent is requested. Major Franklin, where do you currently live?
I currently live in Florida.
Oh, in Florida. Well, I can't say that I blame you. Ms. Carter Walters, where do you live?
Chicago.
So you're living with the problems created by the policies that have been advocated by officials like Major Franklin, who has since fled those conditions.
Hypocrites.
Did I pretty much have that correct?
Yes, it's funny because most of the people who leave Chicago, they usually leave to and go to a red state,
Red
but yet and
state,
still
yeah.
they advocate
Well,
for
as Major Franklin has. You testified that Chicago has cut law enforcement in order to divert those funds to support the illegal population. Ms. Carter Walters, why do people in Chicago put up with that?
We can see what's happening and we know something is wrong, but people are just so used to the corruption in Chicago, and we just
Gotta wake
usually
up.
say that's just how it goes in Chicago. But now we have Chicago Flips Red, who's standing up to the corruption and saying no more.
The Democrats say that a city that refuses to enforce federal law should nevertheless continue to receive federal law enforcement funds, presumably so that they can divert them to support the illegal population. Does that make any sense to you?
No.
To me either.
Wait, how can you say you support sanctuary cities, but you move to Florida? Democrats, bro. You let me know what you think about this in the comment section. God bless you and your family. God bless Representative Gill. Catch you on the next one.